रेस्टोरेंट और घर पे आप जब भी खाना खाते हैं तो उसमें क्या कॉमन होता है? वेल आई विल टेल यू कि खाना गरम गरम होना चाहिए. वेल मूवीज के बारे में भी यही सच है. वी ऑलवेज एडमायर मूवीज विच हैव अ लिटिल वार्मथ इन इट. हाल ही में मैंने एक ऐसी मूवी का ट्रेलर देखा विच वॉज फुल ऑफ वार्मथ और द नेम ऑफ द मूवी इज द स्काई इज पिंक. और आज के हमारे गेस्ट हैं द सुपर डुपर स्टार प्रियंका चोपड़ा एंड द सुपर डुपर टैलेंटेड फरहान अख्तर. Hi Priyanka, hi Farhan.
Hi,
Welcome
Shipra.
to 9XM Startruck.
Thank you.
I'm so excited you guys are here. And how do you find my 9XM truck?
I feel like just smelling all the food is like making me really hungry right now. So it's like torture sitting in front of this food.
It's actually torture for me. It's not torture for you because you can eat that food.
That is true. Farhan can't eat it. तो मैं तुम्हारे सामने I'm gonna really
Oh my
relish
God.
this food.
Sorry, offense.
So Priyanka, you're a foodie, you told me.
I
Yeah?
am a foodie.
Like a big foodie.
Yeah, I love food. I live for food.
Amazing. Because me too. I love food. I'm a big foodie.
I mean, you made it your profession.
Yes.
Clearly you love
Yeah,
it.
because this was the best thing I could do to myself.
Really?
Like cook and eat. I mean, it's best to be around food, you
Can't
know.
cook at all.
But may I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I had gone through a very small phase in between 2004 to 2007 where I had gotten into cooking.
Okay.
Right? And when you cook, you actually don't eat that much.
Yeah, not trick.
That
Isn't
is
that true?
there. That is there. That
It
is
is true,
there.
no?
That is there. But then you get to eat
That's
a
why I
lot.
stopped
Like it's no, that's true to some extent. But when I'm a foodie, like I love food. I don't want to miss any meal. I want to eat all my meals. And
Yeah,
all
me
that.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to cook. I've never liked it. I've never known how to do it. My brother's a chef.
Okay. Wow.
He like studied hospitality and like learned culinary arts and everything, but I can't do it at all.
But Farhan, coming from family where you have like good food, like how do you resist? You
No,
follow
I'm
diet.
completely a
I'm
foodie.
a big
Please understand,
foodie.
I'm a huge foodie. The thing is that when you're doing a certain part for a certain film,
Okay.
at times you have to get onto a special diet. So I'm shooting for a film right now called Tufan, which I play a boxer. So
Okay,
for that, I
understand.
have to be on a very, very specific diet. And so I just have
He's
to...
at 7% body fat at the moment.
At the moment.
Wow, that's
But
great.
I hope to change that. I believe we've cooked some fun stuff here.
Yeah. After the show, for sure, you'll be like, the percentage will go higher.
Good.
So, Priyanka, I want to ask you, how's your journey with food been? Like, from being a model to an actor, and now like an international star. I mean, has it affected your food likes, dislikes, or you still eat the same kind of food? Or
I mean, it has. If I want to keep my body the proportion that I have to, as I've aged, the food hits my body in different ways than it used to. Like when I was a teenager, I could have 6 hot dogs, 5 parathas, like whatever. Now it shows. Now you're like, "Acha, kal paratha khaya tha." Okay, the next day you can see it. So now that I'm in my 30s,
You can actually feel where it's gone also.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, okay, it's gone to my hips. Oh, it's gone to my tummy. Oh. So I can tell. So my relationship with food has not changed in terms of my tastes. I love wholesome food. I love trying all kinds of food. I'm very experimentative with my food, different cuisines. I recently discovered Ethiopian food. I'm obsessed with injera. So I'm a lover of food, but like how much of it, how much I can eat and how much I have to pay for after I eat, that has changed.
so the proportion size is reduced, but
No, I still eat the same, but then I have to work out the next day extra too. Like,
yeah.
but in my 20s, I could just like skip dinner and then the next morning I'd have flat abs. Ab nahi hota.
Yeah, also I must tell you about Priyanka. We've been collaborating since 2006 on various films. It's the best because she has this one department who only carries snacks and it's called chatar patar, right? Which arrives.
chatar
So
patar
whenever you're in that mood, that peckish mood, she's the person to turn to and say, Priyanka, yaar. And she goes, well, chatar patar, and the chatar patar,
Chatar patar
like
comes in
little
a
things
tray.
with chutneys and this and like oh, it's too much fun.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're a big foodie.
I love that.
So, Farhan, you come from a family of like all talented people. And we would like to know do you get to eat on the same table sometimes since you guys are like busy or,
No, very often, yeah. I mean, my entire time growing up, eating at the dining table was a very, very important part of growing up. You weren't allowed to sit in your room and eat separately.
Okay.
And I think my mum did kind of instill that into both Zoya and myself. Of course, then when you become like slightly older and you become lazy, you travel, you want to like just be eating in front of the TV and stuff. But I do that with my kids even now. So when they're staying with me, like there's no thing of like you can sit in your room and eat food there. You have to come to the dining table because it's very precious family time actually.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's a ritual in it here. you know, of sitting together, consuming food together, talking about your day, you know, and that is important to me. So that's always been there. Even when I go visit my dad now, meals are always at the dining table with everybody present. So that's been actually really a part of the growing up culture in my house.
And what is the kind of comfort meal that you have with your family?
Comfort meal?
yeah.
I think the kebab, yeah. You know, you can't go much further than that. Oh my God, the kebabs are just to die for.
Very
Yeah.
good kebab.
And actually that I can still eat because it's nice and
it's
high on
kebab.
protein.
Like mutton kebab.
Mutton kebabs, yes. Are there any other?
Me too. I'm so hungry also.
Are there any other
Yeah,
kebabs? I have no
yeah.
idea.
I've made food.
I've
for
never
both
heard of
you.
any other kebab. Chicken kebab नहीं होता, chicken tikka होता है.
Correct.
ठीक है,
और
correct,
veg-
correct,
veg भी
correct,
कबाब नहीं होता.
correct. नहीं,
बिरयानी
अब
भी
तो-
नहीं होता.
अब तो दही के कबाब
बिरयानी
नहीं
नहीं
बनते, अब
नहीं
तो
नहीं नहीं,
बहुत
they're
सारे
not
कबाब
kebab.
बनते
See,
हैं.
kebab has to be mutton.
I agree.
If it's not mutton, it's not a kebab. Call it whatever you want, and I'm sure it tastes great. But it's not a kebab.
I agree.
Okay, I agree too. So since you guys are really hungry, I prepared some really good food for you,
Amazing.
which I'm going to bring. So guys, this is for you. It's a watermelon, feta cheese and walnut salad and
Yeah,
cheesy uttapam. It's cheese. It's good calories.
It's good cheese.
We can switch Farhan if you want.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm going for the deep end straight.
I love a good watermelon feta salad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So good.
Actually, if the
And
watermelon.
this is for this?
Yes, of course. You know, if it's compressed and it's flavored, it's really nice and so fresh.
amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so
Thank you.
Priyanka, tell me about your like daily routine. What do you do? Or what do you eat with your family, or how does your day go by?
Well, I think like Farhan, in our house, my dad and mom had this rule that we had to have one meal together, whether it was lunch, whether it was dinner, whether it was breakfast, it doesn't matter because all of us worked differently. And during that meal, no phones were allowed, and we would talk about, when we were younger, my parents would talk about world events. It was their way of educating us. So, aaj paper mein kya hua, aaj India mein kya ho raha hai, what's happening around the world. But now, obviously, like I live somewhere else, my mom lives somewhere else, everyone's all over the place. But eating a meal together is so important. Like even last night, after promotions were done, we got back together, ate ghar ka khana, which is my favorite. I love like a great meat curry with like a dal, with like bhindi is my favorite. Nowadays I'm eating nachni rotis, which I love. Achar, dahi, raita, like all the things.
Proper Indian khana.
Yeah, proper Indian ghar ka khana is my favorite.
Oh, it's a delight to have. तो क्या आप जानना चाहते हैं कि वाटरमेलन एंड स्पिनच सैलेड जो प्रियंका को बहुत पसंद आया है उसको बनाते कैसे हैं? Go have a look. Hello and welcome to my 9XM Startruck. और हमेशा की तरह मैं लेके आई हूँ एक यम्मिलिशियस रेसिपी जो मेरे गेस्ट को जरूर पसंद आएगी. The name is spinach and watermelon salad. So let's get started. तो सबसे पहले मैं watermelon को chop करूँगी. वाटरमेलन के अंदर वाटर कंटेंट इतना ज़्यादा होता है that if you have it in summers, it doesn't let you get dehydrated. इसको हम क्यूब्स में काटेंगे कुछ इस तरह. अब वाटरमेलन तो कट गया है, अब तैयारी करते हैं सैलेड की. So what I'm going to do is सैलेड प्लेट के अंदर मैं डाल रही हूँ ये बेबी स्पिनच. अब मैं इसके अंदर डालूंगी ये ब्यूटीफुल वाटरमेलन. एक बोल के अंदर हम डालेंगे नींबू का रस, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm going to add fresh mint leaves और ये है honey. And now I'm going to add olive oil और इसको incorporate करने के लिए हम whisk से इसको हिलाते रहेंगे. अब मैं इस पे डाल रही हूँ थोड़े से walnuts और ये है feta cheese. सैलेड हमेशा माउथ वाटरिंग होना चाहिए और जो इसकी ड्रेसिंग है वो इतनी होनी चाहिए ताकि हर एक बाइट में उसका फ्लेवर आए. और ये लीजिए तैयार हो गया हमारा वाटरमेलन एंड स्पिनच सैलेड. हेलो एंड वेलकम टू 9XM Startruck विद मी शिप्रा खन्ना. और आज मैं बात कर रही हूँ प्रियंका चोपड़ा और फरहान अख्तर से उनकी नई मूवी द स्काई इज पिंक के बारे में. So guys, what about your माँ के हाथ का खाना for both of you?
माँ का मार खाना है खाना.
दोनों. माँ के हाथ का.
Your mom cooks?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah?
Yeah, my mom cooks. She was very, very good. And a lot of the stuff, I mean, like, was cooked at home when we were growing up. All her recipes, she would teach whoever came in, you know, to handle the kitchen. Was more often than not trained by her. She's not one who makes a lot of dessert stuff and all. That's not like really a thing. But to like just home food. She's Parsi, so we get a lot of Parsi food.
Wow.
That comes from her. So like all the patrani machi, you know, the dhan saak, the chicken farcha, you know, all that kind of stuff. Oh, too good.
Yeah? And you eat all that?
I always pig out on it, completely.
What about
My
you?
mom learned cooking after she got married. My dad taught my mom how to cook actually, because she was a doctor. My grandfather was very about you're not going into the kitchen, you're going to make a career. So my mom didn't know how to cook for the longest time. And now, over time, she has learned how to cook with recipes and teaching herself. And so it doesn't happen very often, but when it happens, it's like a whole thing. The mom's in the kitchen cooking, like whoa.
It's a celebration.
It's a moment.
Okay, so but you come from a army background, so your life was like disciplined and you follow the same rules. Like I'm talking about foodie habits, or it's okay.
I mean, I don't think there was any discipline when it comes to food. We had lachha parathas for breakfast with like omelets. That used to be my dad's favorite, like stuffed omelets with lachha parathas.
Oh my god.
And
Yum.
he was an amazing like breakfast maker. Like my grandmom, who's from Kerala, she would make idli and fresh dosas, and my dad would make egg dosas out of it, and like stuffed egg omelets with anything he can find. And that was like our Sunday adventure. When my dad was around, he used to go into the kitchen, and it was like a whole thing. The whole kitchen would be a mess, but the omelets that came out were awesome.
Oh wow, amazing. So Farhan, when you have food with your family, what kind of conversations do you have?
Well, I mean, you just talk about just basic things, you know, what's happening in your life, what's happening on the day. A lot of discussion happens about what films someone's working on, you know, that a lot of conversation happens about that. But mainly around that, there's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
You know, that people think that when, say, my father, my mom, Zoya and we sit down to have, that we'll be discussing poetry or aisa kuch nahi hai. Talk about basic things that everybody else speaks about. Speaks about. If somebody's traveling, about to travel, somebody's just come back, why didn't you bring me a gift? You know, that kind of stuff. All of that happens.
So, but are you disciplined with your like every day-to-day routine, or it's just like when you're doing movies, that's the time you're really careful about what you're doing and what you're not going to do?
No, I do have, like I am pretty disciplined when it comes to fitness and to lifestyle. I am. But like I do allow myself to like have those reward meals, as they're called. You know, after like kind of making sure that I have a week where I can eat balanced and eat healthily, and then like on the weekend just go out and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's important. But I find it very difficult to just like kind of let go now.
Yeah.
I don't think my system can handle it, and I don't think mentally I can do it.
How sad.
You know, yeah, it is sad. It is sad. Yeah, and this has actually been since the Milkha film.
Yeah.
I've not been able to
you
go back.
changed.
No, I can't. I just can't go back to eating the way I used to eat
That's
before
true.
that film.
I can't
do it.
eat the amount I used to eat. Now I taste it, and it's like my tummy is shrunk.
Yeah, it has.
I think so.
And it's mind over matter as well, you know.
I'm not trying. I really would love to eat a mountain of a meal. वो जाता ही नहीं है.
Yeah, it's very tough.
मेरे को break लेना पड़ता है. If there's something that I really like, I'll eat a lot of it, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh. I'll take a walk around the dining table a couple of times, come back and sit and again attempt.
Yeah.
Because I think my greed is bigger than my
The
tummy.
need.
Yeah,
Greed is bigger than the need.
that's true.
Wow. So tell me about your wedding. Like, you know, did you do the menu? Who was there to do the menu? And what kind of menu did you have?
We had food from all around the world, but a lot of Indian food. We had a lot of Nawabi food, Lucknow, Goa, like all around India, different Indian states. We had food, like during the Mehendi ceremony was Indian. Then during the evening we had like around the world food, because Nick is also a major foodie. But because our families are from all over the world, I wanted to like give them a really massive culinary experience in India. So I took that really like as a responsibility, the best kind of food, freshest, best chefs.
That's a true foodie, you know.
Yeah, that was a very important part of my wedding. But my mom did all the tastings.
Okay.
Because I was filming Sky's Pink at that time. So my mom and Nick would do the tastings and like figure out what would we had. We had chaat. I'm a big fan of chaat, of like street food. So one of the events we had only street food, all kinds from all parts of the world, from all parts of India.
Okay.
So it was really cool.
And your husband, does he like Indian food?
He loves Indian food. Paneer is his favorite. He can have paneer for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
What did you make me have on the set of Sky Spring that I'd never had before? On the terrace in Old Delhi? Something that had come in a bowl.
Like a chaat.
Like a chaat of some kind, remember?
Yeah, from Chandni Chowk.
What was it called? I'd never had it before.
We had a bunch of chats.
Anyway,
Who
something had
remembers?
come.
Yeah, and you eat it?
Yeah, of course I did.
I ate it.
Yeah.
I remember. What was it called?
Was it? Was it dahi with something?
Yeah, papri chaat.
Papri.
I
I've never
love
had
that.
Delhi ka
I love
papri
that.
chaat
I've never
is
had
the
Delhi ka papri.
It's the
best.
best.
Yeah, well, I have a love-hate
my
relationship
favorite.
with dahi actually.
Oh, is it?
That's what it is. It
I
works for me in
love
certain
dahi.
things, and in certain things I just can't.
Did you like it?
I did. I loved it. It was
Yeah,
great.
it's one of the
I kept
best
asking for
chaat.
it again and again.
And
after that.
Chandni
Yeah.
Chowk mein papri chaat is
It's
like,
amazing.
ooh.
That is so true. So your new movie, The Sky is Pink. Tell me about it. How's the music? How is the food on the set? And how much fun did you guys have?
Food on the set, though, I made sure there was. While we were shooting in Chandni Chowk, I would only eat food that was made over there. You know, we'd get kebabs, we'd get rolls, we'd get chaat, we'd get samosas, like for me.
Okay.
And a few other people. Shonali eats avocado and quinoa,
Yeah.
and so was he. Like, they are very like, you know, training kar rahe hain to acha khana, but whereas the rest of the crew and me would like dabao at lunch. But food was a big part of my Sky is Pink journey because Delhi mein shooting I haven't shot in Delhi in like a long time. In my entire career, this was one of the first times I was shooting in Delhi. So I took full advantage of it.
Wow, because the food is so
the
yum
food is
there,
amazing.
yeah.
Best
It's
in
amazing.
juice.
So sad that you were on a diet.
I wasn't on that. I wasn't on a diet then. I was eating stuff, but like I told you, it's very difficult now mentally for me to like kind of just let loose. It
Yeah.
is tough.
Tell me about the music of the film.
The music of the film was integral to the movie, but not specific to the film because the film is really about the story. But we play a real life couple called Aditi and Niren Chaudhary, and their daughter Aisha, who was diagnosed with a terminal disease when she was 1 year old almost. And she would dance in front of the camera. So and Niren plays music. He was in a band himself. So they are a really musical family. So music was a really intrinsic part of the movie, but you don't see like a big set piece with like dancers, and this is not that movie.
तो आप देखिए ये यमी चीज़ी उत्पम की रेसिपी। हेलो एंड वेलकम टू माय 9XM स्टार ट्रक। और आज की जो रेसिपी मैं बनाने जा रही हूँ उसका नाम है चीज़ी उत्पम। इसको बनाने के लिए हमें चाहिए ब्राउन राइस एंड इट्स गोना बी सोक्ड विद 1 यूनिट और 1 कप ऑफ सफ़ेद उड़द दाल। इसको ओवरनाइट भिगो दीजिए, सुबह इसको ग्राइंड करिए इनटू फाइन पेस्ट एंड आपका ब्राउन राइस डोसा बैटर तैयार। यहाँ पे मैंने पैन को गरम किया है। अब इसके अंदर मैं डाल रही हूँ ये ऑयल। इसको हम ग्रीस करेंगे अच्छे से। आई एम गोइंग टू पुट अ लेडल फुल ऑफ दिस बैटर। साथ में मैं इसके ऊपर डाल रही हूँ ये टमेटोज, अनियंस, चिलीज, थोड़ा सा सॉल्ट और यहाँ पे है मेरे पास नारियल, जो सूखा हुआ नारियल है। आई एम गोइंग टू ऐड दैट एज वेल। इसको हम कवर करेंगे एंड वी लेट इट कुक। इसका ऊपर से कलर बदल जाएगा। नाउ इट्स टाइम टू टर्न इट अराउंड। और ऐसे ही हम बैटर के साथ और उत्पम बना देंगे। I'll sprinkle a little bit of salt. मैं डाल रही हूँ parmesan cheese. Now it's time to turn it around. It's time to plate it. इसको मैं गार्निश कर रही हूँ थोड़े से फ्रेश कोरिएंडर के साथ, कुछ एडिबल फ्लावर्स के साथ। तो मैंने इसके साथ रखी है हमारी स्पाइसी कोकोनट चटनी। और ये लीजिए तैयार हो गया आपका चीज़ी उत्पम, as cheesy as can be। Hello and welcome to 9XM Startruck with me Shipra Khanna, and I'm chatting up with Priyanka Chopra and Farhan Akhtar. So I'm so excited to watch this movie after listening from you guys. So is there anything that you would want to share about the movie?
Well, I'd just like to say that it is by far one of the most special films that I've been involved in. Apart from the fact that it's got an amazing team that's come together to make it, it's also about two incredible people, Niren and Aditi, and their family, who will inspire every single person who watches this film. you don't necessarily need to be a parent to identify, you know, because it's not about just parenting, it's about living life to the fullest and making every single day and every single moment matter. So I do hope that people go and watch it, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to come out smiling.
It releases October 11th in a cinema near you.
There's one song that has come out from your movie, and I was going to request you guys to show me a step here to do on that, but it's a romantic song, I believe.
Come.
Yeah.
Go for
sure.
it. Amazing.
I'm a good leading man.
Yeah, actually, well.
Very good.
I'm a good follower.
You have
I'd have a little something for you guys. You've been fantastic.
We love little somethings.
Yeah.
I love
So, but before that, I want to ask you, what's your recipe of success?
Recipe of success.
I don't think there's really a recipe, it's individual to everyone. But the one thing that is consistent and doesn't change is consistently working hard and what you do after failure, because failure is going to happen to anyone. It's your decisions and choices after you fail that will tell you what your trajectory towards success will be.
And what
Yeah,
about
I would agree. I'd say working hard for sure. And I think the second thing would be always remain a student of what it is that you're doing.
Oh wow, fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here are these plates. I want you to sign them for me, please. Thank you so much. Okay, here you are. You've been like so wonderful.
She gets it for being an amazing
What,
leading
yaar?
dancer and
Yes,
choreographer.
of course. And how did you like my truck?
The truck?
Yes.
It's amazing. I hope it moves at some point. It's just
It just cooks. It doesn't
You
move.
can park
alright.
outside our house also.
Yeah,
Park outside
Yeah,
my house, I would love.
Done,
It's a
done.
big request for like parking spots.
Yeah.
I'll park it in your parking and do it, yeah. Special service.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for having us.
Thank you.